How are you keeping? It's been 6 weeks since you last played a game of football.
Yes, it's seems like forever ago, really. Obviously, I think the last game was Walsall, wasn't it? And then we sort of heard about this, didn't know how serious it was going to be, and then obviously now we've been um, doing what they've been telling us to do and staying indoors, which is pretty tough, but it's what's got to be done, I suppose.
I guess it's a challenge like one you've never experienced in football and life itself. So we're all in the same boat on this one, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. I think no footballer's probably ever been through anything like this before. From players to staff to fans, it's definitely a strange sort of situation, but it's one I think you have got to take each day as it comes, and sort of just follow whatever they're saying at the moment, and hopefully, it won't be too much longer till we can sort of be back out doing normal things. Yeah, which seems strange to say. I think even like going for a coffee is like what I'm excited to do. It's just the little things I think you miss, really.
Absolutely. We were due to recognise 20 years of Supporters Trust ownership at the Salford game, which was the first one to be called off. I guess that's a great milestone and something that's given the club stability over the last 20 years.
Yeah, I think the way the club's run is definitely something I've never really experienced before. Obviously, being owned by the trust and everything that comes with that, probably put the club at the moment in a good financial position, which really helps. I think you hear lots of other clubs, being in really bad financial situations with everything that's going on. But Exeter seems to be pretty strong. Touch wood, obviously, it carries on that way. We don't really know how long it's going to go on for, but yeah, it just shows that the way the club's being run is successful at the moment, which is always good.
Going back to football, should it return behind closed doors, I guess that will provide its own challenges and be a very different experience.
Yeah, it's tough, really. I think there's so many arguments for and against. I think the first and foremost is everyone's safety and make sure everyone's safe when they do return. I think everyone wants to play football in front of crowds. That's what all footballers sort of gear up to and try and impress people, or the atmosphere really makes a game. So it will definitely be strange if it's behind closed doors, but if it goes down that route, which it's looking like it may well do, it'll be interesting. I think people might have to start watching their language a little bit, because whoever streams it might hear a few naughty words from certain people. So it will be strange, but I think the next few months, football-wise, is going to be strange. So you just have to take, each sort of circuit as it comes and go from there. Yeah.
And should you score in one of these matches, how do you celebrate?
I think you'd have to run to the big bank still, wouldn't you? And maybe would you still get booked for jumping in the I don't know if you get booked or not, but yeah, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it as well. But who knows? Who knows what will happen? But it will be strange for sure. But as long as we can sort of get back and get some normality, I think that'll be quite nice.
Has it been nice to spend time with your family? I know you've got a young daughter, so I guess you've been making up for all those long journeys you spend every other Saturday.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's been nice, to be fair. My partner's still working, so she's working full time down in the kitchen, like on Skype all the time. So I've been trying to make my 2-year-old daughter not interrupt her too much, which is tough. It is tough. Her attention span's about 30 seconds, so trying to keep her as busy. Yeah, it's like looking after Pierce, to be fair. It's very similar. You're trying to keep her occupied for a long time is tough, but yeah, it's lovely spending time with them. Obviously, being home all the time, going out for walks together and stuff like that is nice. So yeah, I think you've got to try and keep us active and try and get outside for the recommended amount and keep as healthy as possible, which is important for us at the moment.
Absolutely, and I hear there's been a lot of rumours of you taking up Disney Plus to pass the hours as well.
I have downloaded Disney Plus. I think I've watched Frozen about 50 times. I've watched Rapunzel about 50 times. I probably know them all word for word by now. So yeah, it is nice. It wastes a bit of time as well, and it seems to be the only thing that she'll actually sit down and chill out for a little bit. So it's always nice to have a bit of a break every now and again.
And how have you been keeping yourself active at home? If you've got a decent garden you can do stuff in?
Yeah, thankfully got a garden. The weather's been really nice over the last few weeks, which has helped a lot. I don't think it's supposed to be as nice the next couple of weeks, so that'll be different. But yeah, to be fair, the staff at the football club, I think when when we sort of got a gist that we might not be in, they sort of got us in, and we took some gym equipment home from us. So I've cleared out my garage, and I've got a few bits in there that I do every other day, and try and obviously go out. And like I said before, the Connor Durbridge, the sports scientist, has sent over lots of stuff for us to sort of keep us busy. The physios have sent us lots of stuff. Dan Feezy's been really good. Just being in constant contact really, and to try and make sure that whenever we do go back, we're in, good shape for whatever sort of comes at us. Yeah, they've been really good. We've been, speaking lots over Zoom, as you say, and obviously WhatsApp as well. So yeah, just trying to go out and, get some fresh air and keep in as good shape as possible. Like yourself, I've seen you be doing a little bit.
Trying to, yeah, taking inspiration from yourself. Today, I see you've signed up for the CTT's Take 5 initiative, where you donate £5, run 5K, and then encourage 5 others. I guess right now it's great to get people out active, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's important at the moment to get out, keep busy, whether you go on a run or a walk or a cycle, which seems to be quite popular at the moment. And it's all for a good cause as well, obviously supporting the community who do some fantastic stuff around Exeter. Yeah, signed up to it, nominated a few of the boys, which I'm probably sure they're not too happy about, but it's all for a good cause, yeah, and it gets people out of the house and staying active, which helps.
And you're well known for your engine on the pitch, covering every blade of grass. What would be your advice for any beginners to running?
Well, thanks for saying that. I'll pay you later. I think just take each day as it comes. Don't obviously go out too quickly and sort of blow up come the end, I think, which seems to be the case sometimes. But yeah, just do whatever you feel comfortable with, whether you've got to have a little walk or take it easy. Just make the most of it. And I think it's always nice to set yourself little targets as well. If you can beat a time or aim to get under a certain time, which is always a good thing to sort of put your mind towards.
I guess it's also good not to be embarrassed about what you're doing as well. And if you're not as quick as your friends or whatever, just stick at it, because it doesn't matter how fast you are. It's all exercise, isn't it?
Yeah, I think definitely it's not a competition by any means, especially at the moment now. So you get your, one sort of time out of the day to go out and enjoy it. So yeah, whether you want to do it nice and comfortably or whether you want to have a good blast at it, there's no winners here. As long as you can get out and get some, fresh air and some fitness behind you, I think it's a really good thing for everyone, really.
And how have you been keeping in contact with your teammates? I'm assuming you've been missing Sweens the most. Have I seen there's been some quizzes happening?
Yeah, so we've done a few couples quizzes on Zoom, where me and my partner hosted the first one. I think Lawsy came last, which meant him and his missus had to do the next one. I think the Bowmans came last in that one, so I think they're up next. But yeah, it's just a nice way to sort of keep in contact with everyone. Keep in contact with the boys. We all have WhatsApp groups. We try and keep in as much contact with each other. There's lots of information flying around, so we try and keep in touch with each other about, updating people on certain situations and stuff going on, at the club and sort of outside of football as well. So it's nice to, keep in touch and keep speaking to sort of different people, because if you're trapped at home, you sometimes you only speak to certain people. So it's nice to, speak to different people every now and again.
Who's been the dark horse of the quizzing as well? Who's done probably better than you'd expect?
Who won the first? I think the Moxies won the first week. Dean's very good at quizzes, as I'm sure his partner is as well. But whenever we do them on the bus, I sit next to him on the bus and he's always got a crossword or some sort of quiz, him and MJ. I think the Holmeses won the second one. Very intellectual. They're classy people, so I wouldn't expect anything less.
It's much easier when you host them, isn't it? And you don't have to answer the questions.
Yeah, I think the one I did, I think I was second last, so it doesn't bode well for the future at all.
Have you been keeping in contact with Matt Taylor and you mentioned a bit about the coaching staff giving you activity like that, but how about Matt himself?
Yeah, I spoke to him, a good few times, just like I said before, to try and, keep everyone sort of updated with what's going on within the league and the club and stuff like that. So yeah, being in contact with him, and obviously, we've got a big WhatsApp group with all the staff and the players. So they've been sending us programs and videos of how to do certain exercises and certain stretches or whatever it means to be. So yeah, it's been nice. It's just a good little community. Still, you still got the same bit of banter flying around through the WhatsApp. It's not the same as being in the change room, which everyone obviously misses. The rapport we've got with the boys was really special. So you try and keep it up as much on WhatsApp as you can, but it's not quite the same, unfortunately.
The team have been really great for us as well, helping out with media requests and things in this time. Yourself mainly, you've probably done about 1,000 videos now for us. Lee Holmes did his volcano challenge as well. I guess it just shows again that you want to continue that community spirit.
I think that's been apparent since I've come down here and been a part of this club. I think the community and sort of what goes on behind the scenes is equally important as what happens on the pitch. So I think the rapport between the fans and the players is excellent. I think that's obviously helped by yourselves who do a great job in the media side of things. So yeah, like I said before, if we can sort of help anyone out by sending videos or just little messages to pick people up if they need it, we're all here for everyone. We're more than happy to help out in any way we can. Yeah.
And it's important that we continue to do our bit to thank the NHS and remind people that they should stay at home and everything. It's been great to see that Jack Sparks has started his cycle challenge to raise money for the NHS as well this week. Yeah,
it was brilliant. It sort of came out of the blue when I read it. I thought it was fantastic from Jack. Obviously, you can sort of kill two birds with one stone by keeping your fitness up, especially for him who's obviously coming back from a long injury to get out on the bike and raise money for a great cause as well is fantastic. So yeah, fair play to him for doing his bit. I'm sure if anyone can donate, he'll be greatly appreciated. So yeah, fair play to Jack and yeah, all the boys really, whoever's been asked to do stuff, has been welcomed with open arms. So yeah, we've definitely got a good group of boys here who know about the club and appreciate what the club's about, which helps.
Like many, I hear you've had to postpone some pretty important life events as well over the next couple of months.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be getting married in June, have my stag do, my partner's hen do, and our honeymoon afterwards. So unfortunately, all that's had to be postponed to a later date, which it's never really nice, obviously, when you sort of have everything planned for the summer. I think the summer was supposed to be, the best summer ever, with us doing so well in the league, with my wedding coming up, obviously going away with my close friends as well. Yeah, it's obviously very disappointing, but, there's obviously something very serious going on. So we're very fortunate to be healthy. And yeah, I'm sure whenever it comes along, we'll have a great day. But unfortunately, it's not going to be this summer. So maybe we'll have to rearrange it for a later date.
Means you've got plenty of time to save up to make it even more special as well.
Yeah, I think I'll be having to save for a long time.
Just how much are you looking forward to getting back to St James Park in front of a crowd, though? That's going to be a pretty special day when it does come back, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be special. I think you sort of take it for granted, really. I think football for a lot of people is a release. I think for young fans, old fans, coming down to St James's on a Saturday is what gets you through the week sometimes. So whenever all this does sort of blow over, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later, it'll be definitely a special day for everyone involved. I think everyone's sort of looking forward to that day. And yeah, I think when it does come, it'll be extra special, I think.
Just looking at your time at Exeter City now, loan spell in 2011 and then a permanent move in 2016. How would you rate your time so far?
Yeah, I think even my loan spell when I first came down here, obviously moving away from home for the first time ever, which is always pretty tough. I think the club itself really helped me out. Obviously, Taggy, when Tiz was down here, he was excellent with me. Playing every week in League One against men. I was only young, so it was a fantastic experience for me to sort of go back to Reading and ply my trade back there as well. So, my family love it down here. My dad, my mum, they used to come down when I was on loan every week. They still come down every week now. So it's definitely a place that everyone enjoys coming to, and a place that I've really enjoyed. Obviously coming back and starting a family down here as well, it makes the place, a little bit more special. So yeah, it's very enjoyable and enjoying my time down here, and it's it's a good place and a good club to be at.
Do you still look out for Reading results in that as well? Obviously, we've got quite a good link now with Pierce Sweeney and Lewis Ward being in the first team as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously Jack Stacey was down here from Reading as well. We've had numerous loans over the past few years, so yeah, always look out for them. Still have it's changed a lot since I was there, but still have a good few friends there that I speak to. But yeah, definitely look out for them, supported them growing up. So yeah, always wish them well on a weekend.
How did it feel to find out you've been made captain when Jordan Moore Taylor left? And how do you think you've grown into that role as well?
Yeah, it's obviously a very proud moment. Growing up, it's probably something I never really crossed my mind about doing. I think as you get a little bit older, you probably get a little bit wiser and sort of understand the role and what's required to be a captain. Still learning each day. I think obviously the manager now was a successful captain at this club, which helps. Obviously speaking to him and learning off him, learning off as many people as I can to try and be the best I can and help the team to be the best they can as well. So yeah, something I'm very proud of and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah, it's a good thing for me in my career, definitely.
And you've played a lot of positions in your time at City. You've probably named most apart from goalkeeper, I'd imagine. And I've seen you in goal and training as well.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the central midfield role plays to your strengths mainly? You seem pretty settled in now.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was always tough for me, sort of growing up. Being played in loads of different positions, you sort of become the one that will just go anywhere. Jack of all trades, master of none, as some managers used to say to me. So it's nice to sort of cement your place in a certain position. Obviously, if the manager wanted me to play in a different position, I'd be more than happy to. But more consistency over one position, I think, has helped me sort of settle down since I've been playing in that central role, and something I enjoy a lot. I like being involved in the play a lot more, which is good. And yeah, I think more consistency and obviously playing there more, you sort of get to know the role a little bit more as well, which always helps.
You're pretty much never present in the team, barring a couple of suspensions for red cards we won't mention. But what are your secrets to that?
I'm not sure really. I think I just try and look after myself as much as possible. I think it's more of a mindset. I think you sort of just keep churning the games out. Mind over matter at some points. I think everyone gets very tired over the course of the season. There's lots of games in League Two, Saturday, Tuesday. The pitches sort of keep changing, so it's always difficult on your body. But it's something I've always enjoyed. The test to play as many games as possible, and just enjoy playing. And as long as I can keep doing that, then that'll be a good thing.
What would you say has been your favourite match so far you've been involved in? If you had to pick.
Well, that's a good question. Favourite match? There's been a few, to be fair. I think the playoff semis for me, both of them have been unbelievable. I think the Carlisle game, I still, when you play it back at the moment, it's so special. I think I'll never sort of forget that. The games during the season with them, they were all very similar. I think we kept going ahead and they kept sort of pulling it back late on, and I think it happened again. And then obviously Stacey scored that goal, which was amazing. I think my daughter was born about 3 days before as well, so it was a whirlwind of emotions for me, and it was that was very special. Lincoln was fantastic. Obviously, very good team, very difficult to play against. I think the way we set up against them was one of the best games I've been involved in. I think everything we seemed to work on during the week worked on a Saturday, and it all just clicked for us. I think the 3 goals, we worked on all of them during the week as well, which was rare that it happens. So those 2 definitely stick out in my mind.
And you've scored 26 goals so far for City. But what was your favourite? I can probably guess what you're going to say, but we'll see.
Probably the Barnet strike is probably the best one that I've ever scored. I think it's probably quite an important goal for us at the time as well. I think we were struggling at the bottom, hadn't won in a long time. So I think that was to go level 1-1 at one point. So yeah, I don't think I've struck a ball quite like that before. So that's definitely one that sticks out for me.
the one against Hull was pretty decent as well, and wasn't that about a week later as well?
Yeah, I think I scored 2 in 2 weeks. I didn't know what was happening. I've never hit a shot like that with my left foot either. So something must have been happening that week for sure. I need to go back and maybe eat the same meals or something, because that was a good week for me. Yeah.
Finally, you're loved by the fans, and a lot of them describe you as an adopted one of our own. That must be a nice feeling.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think when you sign down here, you've sort of got to buy into what the club's about. It's definitely a community club. I think the fans and the club and the players have such a good relationship that if you come down here and don't really buy into it, you don't sort of reap the rewards. And it's something that I'm keen to do. Try and stay involved as much as I can in the community, and try and stay on a good terms with the fans. If there's anything the players can help out with, or the staff, we're always there to sort of help out or stop for a chat. Anything small or large as it might be. I think that's important. So definitely when I moved down here, I thought it's important to sort of buy into the club, and hopefully I've done that. Yeah.